At Aston University, we thrive on our highly educated, inquisitive and hard-working international students. We are fortunate to receive students from right around the globe, each bringing their own personal views, knowledge and ambition to the campus. As an Aston student, you'll get the best of both worlds. A green and friendly campus in the heart of a vibrant, business-focused, multicultural city. All of our accommodation, academic, social, support and facilities are based on campus. This enables all of our students to live in a communal and safe environment, whilst being just a short walk away from Birmingham, which according to Rough Guide, is one of the most cosmopolitan cities in Europe. We are proud to have a Gold Award in Teaching Excellence Framework. The main building is where the teaching takes place, and where most of our students do their research and administrative work. Here, there are lecture theatres, seminar rooms, and more than 50 computer labs, many of which are accessible 24/7. Our award-winning careers and placements team can offer advice about your CV, your interview techniques, and your future career. If you are hungry and thirsty for more than just knowledge, Tierra Food Court is on the ground floor, as is the Hub, a one-stop shop for student support and advice. At Aston University, we offer placement years for undergraduates and internships for postgraduates. A very high percentage of Aston students secure graduate jobs when they leave. Our university consistently ranks in the top 25 for student satisfaction. The Students' Union is at the heart of almost all student activities. Our brand new Students' Union building will open in 2019. At Aston University, our students also benefit from high-quality sports facilities right on their doorstep. Swim in our beautifully restored Victorian 25-metre swimming pool, relax in the sauna or steam room, work out in the 100-plus workstation gym, play squash on our courts, or take part in a wide variety of activities and classes in the sports halls and dance studios. Our well-stocked library is perfectly located in the centre of campus. There are hundreds of desks spread between general, group and silent study areas, PC labs, laptops that you can borrow, Wi-Fi, photocopiers and printers. We have 4 on-campus residences, with the option of 5 or 7 bedroom flats. All rooms have desks, ensuite facilities, shared modern kitchens and high-speed internet. According to The Economist, Aston University is ranked second in the UK for boosting graduate salaries. So if you are career-driven and looking for a university for businesses and the professions, we would be delighted to welcome you to our city and to our campus.
Hello, all the audience from EN Global Education. Good evening, everyone, and Assalamu alaikum. Today, we are having one of our prominent partner. We are really proud to be a partner of the Aston University. We're having a partner from Aston University. And we have here Austin. We have from ONCAMPUS, Mr. Rose, and we're having Mr. Ajad. How are you, everyone, today?
Very well, thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, doing great. Really good, thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Today, the live session, basically, it is really informative and information on, the live session for all those students who really want to study in Aston University. So this is going to be one platform where a student can know about more about Aston University, their ranking, tuition fees, entry requirements, accommodation facilities, course, and all those facilities what Aston University and on campus providing all those Bangladeshi students. So the first I would want to ask Mr. Austin regarding about the Aston University, where this university located, and tell me about a little bit brief about this university.
So, Aston University is based in Birmingham in the UK. We are a very industry-focused university. We've got a lot of courses that link to employers and link students to jobs. So we've got a very strong College of Business and Social Sciences, along with colleges of Engineering and Physical Sciences and Health and Life Sciences. And we have a very unique offer in that many of our courses, almost all of our courses, give the students opportunities to do internships, either as an undergraduate or as a postgraduate. And we're very, very proud of our partnership with ONCAMPUS Aston, which has given even more students an opportunity to come and join the Aston community. So we're very excited about that also.
All right, and Austin, could you please tell me like where this university exactly located and the location and the city, little bit all about those students and their parents?
Yeah, so Aston is in the city centre of Birmingham. As if I look out my window, I can see into the city centre and see some of the buildings there. And it's only a very, very short walk to the city centre. And in fact, now you don't even have to walk. There's now an app for some scooters downstairs. I could pop on one of them and just ride to the city centre. So, you know, it won't be long before we've got hoverboards and stuff like that to travel around the city. But it's a really, really great environment, great place to be. We are within easy walking distance of all of the facilities that Birmingham has to offer. And if you don't already know Birmingham, I know it's a far way from Bangladesh, but you know, many of our students, their first kind of real time seeing Birmingham has been through TV shows like Peaky Blinders or football, watching Aston Villa or Birmingham. But the city is, you know, so much changed from that. It's a modern, vibrant city. It's going to be the host city of the Commonwealth Games next year. So Bangladesh's top athletes, I believe, will be coming to compete in that, which would be great to see. And it's a real hub. It's a really exciting city to live in the UK. It's one of those cities that's up and coming, that's growing, and that really gets the chance to showcase all that's great about being in the UK, and really welcoming and inclusive as well. Anyone from any corner of the world can come and really be themselves in the city, which is really lovely.
Wow, which is really impressive because, like, you know, we're having so many students and their relatives living in Birmingham, so it's very popular city for our Bangladeshi students as well. And moving forward to Austin, I'm going to Rose now. Rose, could you please tell us like about how on campus supported students to do study in Aston University and how it helps to the students?
Sure. I think I'll just outline, if you don't mind, some of the programs we offer, thinking about the audience and not knowing what the educational background is. So we offer a range of pathways for students who are not quite at the level for direct entry to an Aston University degree. So we offer a level 3 undergraduate foundation course in business, engineering, humanities, life sciences, and medicine. And we also offer international year ones in business, leading to business management, international business management, human resources, marketing, accounting and finance. We have an international year one in law, an international year one in civil, electrical, electronic, mechanical, and engineering and computing. We also offer master's foundation preparations in business, engineering, humanities, and life sciences, as well as a graduate diploma, which offers students who don't quite have a degree, but at a level 5, a level 6 course, which leads on to 18 different degrees at Aston, master's degrees at Aston University. So just to explain a little bit what the pathway programs are, many education systems have 12 years of education, and the UK has a 13-year system. So the UFP aims to fill that gap by developing the linguistic skills of our students, but also the academic knowledge and skills that are important to underpin a student's ability to perform well on a degree. So that's what we aim to do, and the UFP is very good at filling that gap. Additionally, our year one courses are written in conjunction with the university, and what we do is we blend in language support throughout our international year ones, and indeed the same for our pre-masters programs. And for those pre-masters programs, what we are looking for are students who have a degree, but for certain degrees, they may need something that's similar or cognate, like mechanical engineering undergraduate for a mechanical engineering postgraduate degree. So we're here to support students in a number of ways through their programs. And my colleague Azad, of course, is out there in Bangladesh, and what he aims to do is make sure that the students who are coming to us are making the right choices from the very beginning.
Thanks a lot, Rose, for your all this information. I'm just moving to Mr. Ajad now. Thanks for attending, Ajad, right, to this live session. Would you please tell us, to those students, Bangladesh, specifically those Bangladeshi students, what's the entry requirements in order to like secure their seat for Aston University for their foundation course, please?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Imon. And for foundation entry requirement, it's very simple with us, as Ross already explained that who is not eligible for direct entry, they can go for foundation or international year on somehow. So for foundation entry, we require HSC from Bangladesh curriculum HSC, at least 40% marks or GPA 2 out of 5. And those students, those are coming from English medium background, then they can go for foundation after just completing after O levels with 5 courses at least. So this is the basic entry requirement for foundation.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can now.
Yeah, perfect. So I was just moving to Azad's questions and answer. Like there is sometimes like students, they're having like a little bit less in IELTS. So for what entry requirements for IELTS, or if a student having PTE, do you guys accept that as well?
Yes, we accept PT as well, and we accept IELTS. So we have ICAS program as well. We have CGCAS program, which is single CAS program. So for ICAS, we accept like academic IELTS as well, UKVI IELTS and IELTS indicator as well, PT, academic and UKVI both. And for ICAS program, we require 5.5 in each band in IELTS level. And for single CAS program, we require UKVI IELTS only 4.5 overall and minimum 4 in each band.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your all this information. Now I'm moving to Mr. Austin again. Austin, could you kindly please tell a little bit more about like what sort of courses do you think like these Bangladeshi students they would like to interested to apply to your university, and tell us about those courses tuition fees and direct entry requirements as well, please.
Of course. So our College of Business is really popular. Our MBA at Aston, which needs 3 years work experience, is really our flagship of that college, and it's top 100 ranked in The Economist. It's a hugely attractive program, and that's, you know, in part because our business school is triple accredited, putting it in the top 1% in the world. But it's the value of our alumni. It's the value of the students around you. We attract really great quality students to that, and we are keen right now to see more Bangladeshi students apply, and specifically more female students apply. Currently, the course has a few more male students than it does female, and so we're really keen that people, female students who want to come and do the MBA would consider us as an option. But in addition to that, the college has a wide variety of MSc level courses covering disciplines that are really popular right now, things like analytics, information systems and business analytics. But there's also some really niche courses. There's really good courses in the LLM, which gives students from a business background the chance to get some legal training. And we also have specialized courses in human resource management, marketing, and excitingly, next year we'll be launching a strategic digital marketing degree. So we're very keen to see that come online, and we're keen to see a number of students come this way. And I think those are really attractive options. We know as well our accounting options are really attractive, and you don't need a bachelor's degree to get onto some of our accounting degrees. You can get onto our masters in international accounting and finance if you've done required papers from ACCA or CIMA instead of the bachelor's degree. So that's a really interesting route onto that master's degree course, and then the graduate immigration route and so on afterwards. So those things are really interesting. We see as well good interest from from Bangladesh for courses in our College of Engineering and Physical Sciences. And that some of the most obvious popular ones are around engineering management, and then some of the computing courses, things like applied artificial intelligence and the MSc in computing science, which again, they give conversion options into artificial intelligence or computing. So you could be a student coming from a history background, coming from a health sciences background, and you could move into these areas there. But if you've already got that computing programming background, we've got a degree in artificial intelligence, which enables you to access that. So that's really interesting. And in these colleges as well, these courses filter down to the undergraduate level also. So there's bachelor's degrees in the business, there's bachelor's degrees in law, and there's bachelor's degrees in these engineering disciplines that we know Bangladeshi students really value. So those are really good options. Now, if you haven't quite got the right profile to directly access these courses, that's when the on-campus Aston Centre can really provide you with that great option just to help get you over the line and into the programs there. And that's where Ross and his team can help students. And we see that a lot. We see that with a lot of UFP students that are coming from Bangladesh, those who've done the high school system. And we see that with a lot of master's students as well, where they need one of the master's foundation programs onto the course also. So these range of courses are there. And these courses, the core of all of them, I think, is the practicality. So each of these courses, they're about developing practical skills. We're not developing textbook knowledge and answers to things. We want you to get hands-on skills. In the case of our engineers, you're going to roll your sleeves up and get dirty. But it's what students want to do. And in fact, even in the case of our business students, we encourage them to roll their sleeves up and get a bit dirty as well. We've got our trading suite. We've got our business enterprise development courses where students really get the chance to get hands-on practical experiences. So these things are really important, and it's the internships as well that go into them. So for postgraduates in the College of Business and Social Sciences, you see the Aston Global Advantage gives a real good opportunity for students to do their 1 year of study and then add a year to go and do an internship there. For the undergraduates, there's a placement year built into the course between the second and final year of the course. So all of these things come together to give the students a really good experience, a really transformative experience, so that from where they are when they come into Aston or on campus Aston to when they graduate as an Aston graduate, they will develop a really tangible skill set that will be valued by employers.
Okay. So I'm just adding just two important questions from students. Like one student asking, like, he did SSCA 8 papers. Okay, so how far I know like if a student did 8 papers in SSCA out of his full duration of course, does he qualify to do this master's course?
Well, it depends which 8 papers, but if he has a look at our website, he'll be able to see what the requirement exactly is for ACCA, and he'll be able to identify if he's qualified or not.
All right. And another student asking about the LLM course. How, like LLM it has like so many diversified areas like human rights or other legal rights. So how do you guys classify those LLM? Is there one general LLM or there is more options?
At Aston, we have the LLM in international commercial law. So that gives students, so this is why we can offer that kind of crossover for students from the business background, for students from the legal background to come into this LLM, because we're able to develop skill sets across those areas and develop students from those pathways to graduate with the LLM.
Okay. Thank you. I'm just moving to now Rose. There is one question comes from like foundation background 20 students. Basically, he's looking for medicine and life science related course options available
Sure.
for those foundation courses. So could you kindly please elaborate it a little bit more?
Sure. So the life science course that we
Yeah.
offer is a 3-term course, and the modules that we deliver are biology, chemistry, skills for
Yeah.
science, and actually skills runs across the whole portfolio of foundation programs, English and English for academic purposes. So the
Okay.
life science course leads to degrees such as biomedical sciences, pharmacy, optometry, neuroscience, psychology, and requires a 65% plus grade, depending on the progression degree, and
Yeah.
an IELTS of 6.5. And for pharmacy, for example, requires an interview. Now, that's a different pathway to what the medical pathway is. So the Medical University Foundation program leads solely to medicine. And this is via applications through UCAS, so it's the UK admissions service. It's a demanding course, the medical preparation course, and indeed the career as a doctor is a demanding one. And it's for committed students. So what we do is, because there's such a short turnaround time for students to come onto our course and submit their UCAS, we offer a free 7-week pre-arrival course to our
Wow.
medics. And what we do is we expose them to the UK medical system, the preparation that's required to write a personal statement, for example, how to obtain references to put into UCAS, how to upload the documents and quote grades. Then what we do is we also help students prepare for the UCAT, so the University Clinical Aptitude Test, and that needs to be complete as well before they even arrive into the UK, because once they arrive in the UK, for example, it was the 27th of September this year, students needed to have had their medical school application ready by the 15th of October, which is the medical school deadline. So already on this course, our medics are running very fast with their preparation. Now, these students that we're selecting to study medicine need to have 80-90% in their grades in their home countries. They need to have a GCSE equivalent of A to C, because 50% of an offer at Aston University is based on the GCSE equivalent. So they look at 6 GCSEs, and for an A star, which is 90%, they give 4 points. And it's across 6 GCSEs. So in total, a student could get 24 points allocated to them. And obviously with A's and B's and C's, the point score is lower. So that's 50% of an offer. The UCAT is the other 25% of the offer. So by the time students arrive off this 7-week course, they will have completed 75% of the application. And so what we are then able to do is support them with that application on the 15th of October. Our students start the course, and for the first term, they're studying incredibly hard. And what we then do is we review their performance at the end of the first term, and then we, with the medical school, look at who is going to be invited to an interview. And success at that interview is the other 25% of that offer. So if a student is successful with the interview, they will be made an offer to the medical school. Well, they then need to support them in the final part of their course. They'll need to undertake the IELTS and achieve 7.0 and achieve 75% overall, and in all the modules at least, to be able to fulfill that medical school offer. Additionally, if it becomes unconditional, which is fantastic, and I hope this for all of our medics, an assessment for fitness to practice is made with the university to ensure that students are able to then launch into their medicine degree.
Okay, I believe this is this student, he has like proper knowledge and answer for his questions, and it will be helpful for him. I'm just moving to another question to Mr. Ajad, because the students asking about like some scholarships opportunities for those on campus Aston University. So Azad bhai, can you please address this question kindly?
So yes, we are offering some scholarship for our Bangladeshi students. So at this moment, we are
I
offering.
think Azad bhai, you have an internet issue. We can't hear you properly.
So is it okay now?
I can hear.
Okay, that's fine then.
Okay. So yeah, we are offering a scholarship for our Bangladeshi students for 3-term standard program. We are offering £2,500 scholarship, like up to £2,500 scholarship for Bangladeshi students.
Okay. And another student asking another question regarding like Aston University direct entry requirements for MBA. So I think this question will be for Mr. Astin. The student, he's seen there is like MBA course available and the entry requirements and tuition fees cost.
For the entry requirements, the MBA, the strict requirement is around the work experience. So it must be at least 3 years, but more is always valuable. And that must be since the student has graduated and in a managerial role. Now, we also would require a bachelor's degree. We'd normally be looking for equivalent to, say, a 2.2 in the UK.
Okay.
So we'd be looking there at something like a 2.8 or a 3.0, depending on the university a students come from.
Yeah.
Now, the bachelor's degree, there can be flexibility around that entry requirement if the student has additional work experience that would justify it, okay? So it depends on not just the length of time, but the quality of the student's work experience. So we'd normally then be looking at a CV, looking at what a student's done before and that type of thing. There's English language requirements. The IELTS requirement is, I think, a 6.5 with 6.0s in each section. But the details of that are on our website, and it's not just IELTS, it's TOEFL, it's Pearson, it's Duolingo as well. And again, all of those entry requirements are listed out on our website for students to see. And then in terms of the tuition fees, I think the tuition fees next year, they are rising to around about £28,000, I think, for the year. But confirmation of that will be on our website. So it is quite a high value subject, but there are specific scholarships for the MBA. Now, I think, or I know that the scholarship this year ranged from 20% to 50%. And I think that those scholarship values would be staying in place, but they are available on a competitive basis, which is one of the reasons that an early application is always valuable, because you can get to the front of the queue that way for the scholarship applications. But yeah, those would be the entry requirements and the tuition fees for the MBA.
All right. Is there any country scholarship does university offering? Like some university, they're offering like country-wise scholarships?
That might be coming in the next couple of months, but it's in discussion. It's not yet confirmed.
Okay. All right. That's fantastic. Some good news coming up for the students.
I hope so.
So Rose, would you please advise for like this foundation kids parents, because like they are highly concerned about their accommodation facilities?
Sure. So I just happened to go and visit our accommodation on yesterday with some prospective students, and I think on campus Aston we've got some great options for the accommodation. We are offering 2 and 3 bedroom shared apartments with ensuite, so the kitchen is shared, and we are also offering 1 bedroom ensuite with kitchen as well, so students can have a more of a contained living environment. And you know, there is choice there for students. It's in a 14-floor building. It contains a cinema, it contains a gym, it contains common rooms. The tower itself is brand new, but beside it is an old lighting manufacturing building that has also been converted into the common area and with rooms. So what you have is an 1800 old factory with brickwork that's sort of combined with modern style, and I've got to say it looks pretty chic and cool, and offers a really good place for students just to live, but actually come together as well and meet different nationalities as well. So, you know, if 20 odd years ago, I think I would be living in this accommodation.
I'm just looking at it online, and I want to live in this accommodation. So.
Yeah, it's pretty much you know, like a luxurious life is nowadays students.
Yeah, and
they
it's
can
it, it's
have
Iman, it's 8 minutes from the university, the main building, which is where we're located. So we're located inside the main building of the university.
exactly, and it's really good sign for those parents as well, because like their kids, they don't need to traveling, they don't need to take any bus, train, or anything. It's like 5-6 minutes walking distance, so which is really good for them as well.
Mind you, Iman, I've got longer legs, so it takes me 8 minutes, but I think those with shorter legs, it might, let's say 10 to 12.
Yeah, those kids, they may need 10 to 12 minutes, but it's worth it to walk it. Then, you know, like where they get like all the facilities, cinema, gymnasium, and they can live with their friends, so they can, you know, like know different culture.
Yeah.
You know, which is really, really good for them, I believe.
And of course, Bangladeshi food is some of the best food in the world, and you know, our students can share these wonderful recipes. And I always say, food's a great way to make friends.
Exactly. Exactly. This is because like when I was a student, I used to live in the uni, so those time I used to remember like different cultural friend, different kinds of food. Even eventually, it makes a really
Yeah.
nice networking and friendship. And as students living outside from the country, they're not having time to missing their parents when they have these good kinds of environment, accommodation facilities, universities facilities, which is really enhance their, you know, study and their mental health as well, I believe.
Absolutely.
I'm just moving to another student's question to Ajad Bhai. Ajad Bhai, student asking about like the single caste. Does this university offering those foundation kids single caste or joint caste?
Yes, we are offering both single cash and joint cash, but for joint cash, we are offering only business and engineering courses, and all other pathways is like single cash and joint cash both available.
Okay, and can you please little bit elaborate for those students, like what is the difference between like single and joint caste? Because like sometimes they have just misunderstand this particular area.
Yeah, single cash, the first difference is level. The single cash is level 3, and whenever we're providing joint cash, it will be level 6 program, like directly highest level of bachelor degree.
Yeah.
So single cash, it will be only for the duration for foundation or international year one for only 1 year, that is 9-month program and additional
Okay.
visa that UKVI is offering. And joint cash, it will be integrated with the bachelor degree and the master's degree. So foundation plus bachelor altogether for foundation kids joint cash duration will be 4 years. And for pre-masters, it will be pre-masters duration plus masters. So altogether, student will get master's cash directly. So it will be
Okay.
combined duration of
Yeah.
study.
Okay. And does this joint caste has like work permit as well? It should.
Yeah.
Yes, for joint cash, students are eligible for 20 hours work permit per week. And for also single cash, our students are getting 10 hours work permit per week.
Okay, which is good. They can have some pocket money for watching movies and things. Yeah, yeah, Austin, I'm just moving to you regarding like one more question, which is like really good sign for your university. As we know, like University of Aston is one of the top university for entrepreneurship university. So could you please elaborate a little bit more about those students who want to become entrepreneur and how this university will help those students and to become entrepreneur?
I can. I'm just wondering though if the students wouldn't. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do this, but if I can actually show you a really great video from a Bangladeshi student who went on to set up a business after leaving Aston. Can I share screen with this?
Yeah, of course. I think you can.
Let me see if this is going to work. I hope so. Some screens let you share audio. Okay. Share screen.
This is a really good sign for those students, you know, because some students, they want to be entrepreneur.
Absolutely. Let me show you Adil's video,
Please.
and then I'll describe the mechanism that he went through.
This is the drafts game where grandson and granddad.
Apologies for the advert.
This is
It's okay.
Go on, I hope this plays ball.
I'm Adil, the founder and CEO of Palm Life Limited. I studied MSc in International Business in Aston University, and I'm from Bangladesh. I wanted to become an entrepreneur since my family has been doing business for generations, and I had an idea, so I thought, why not? Let's give it a try. Studying MSc in Aston University actually helped me a lot since my bachelor's was in biomedical science, but which is why I did not really have the skills and knowledge about business. But studying international business is where I learned about entrepreneurial strategies, marketing strategies, a lot of things that really helped me equip myself to become an entrepreneur. BScene is an amazing platform for students like us, especially international, since we get a place where we could actually present our idea, and then they look at it, and if they think it's actually an idea that you can take further ahead, they help you with that, develop that idea, and then they also help you with the startup visa, which is what was the main thing for an international student like me. BScene has helped me with the working office space, which, you know, for a new person in a new country is hard. So we got free working office space, and we also get grant, which actually really helped me because I had to research on my business in India, and I had to travel there, and that £500 grant really helped me to buy my ticket, go there, visit, and do my research. Palm Life Limited is a manufacturer of biodegradable tableware. So we make biodegradable tableware out of naturally fallen palm leaves. So once these leaves fall on the ground, we simply pick them up, and then we wash them, and then we turn them into these beautiful tableware. And no chemicals or additives are used for these tableware, so which is why it's eco-friendly and it's helpful for the environment as well. Climate crisis is a big problem in the world today, and which is why people are trying to fight against that, and which is why entrepreneurs like us, if we can bring more products such as ours, I think we can help reduce the usage of plastic and replace them with something biodegradable and eco-friendly.
Wow.
You're on mute, Thomas.
Sorry about that. I hope from that, everybody who's watched that can really kind of connect to Adil's story. Adil's Bangladeshi. He's come to Aston, and he's joined a scheme, if you picked up on it, called Be Seen. Be Seen is the Birmingham Skills, Entrepreneurship and Innovation Network, and all of Aston's graduates in the first 5 years after they graduate can apply to be a part of this scheme. And if you join as an international student, it gives you so many benefits. It gives you the benefit of being the visa sponsor. So it will provide you sponsorship for your visa as an entrepreneur. It will provide you with a startup grant. It will provide you with a boot camp to help you understand the nuts and bolts of how setting up a business actually happens. And it can provide you with workspace, an office space where you'll be with other entrepreneurs, other people who are similarly, that bit creative, those problem solvers. That network will be really valuable to you as well. And Aston students can connect to this, as I say, for 5 years after they graduate. So this is a really, really fantastic opportunity. This is one of the reasons why Aston is the Entrepreneurship University of the Year this year. It's one of the reasons that Aston is known for this. It's one of the reasons that the UK Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, had been up to Aston's campus only a couple of weeks ago in launching his new economic initiative to help businesses recover from the pandemic economic crisis that was caused. So Aston's really at the center of that, and it's at the center of it in many ways. It's not just that, but it's in the academic research that we do as well. One of the research centers in the business school is the Center for Research into Ethnic Minority-Owned Enterprises. So it looks at how people from ethnic minority groups, and in the UK, you know, a Bangladeshi would be considered in that, and it looks at how they set up businesses and the issues that affect them. So not only are we involved at that very micro level of being able to help individual businesses get started, we're involved in the macro level conversation as well about policy initiatives and things like that through research, and how that can support people. So for entrepreneurship, I don't know that there is another choice other than Aston. We've got to be, you know, this is not a very CMA compliant statement, but we have to be the #1 choice for students wanting to set up their own business, I feel. And excitingly, Emma, for September 22 students, we will be having the Aston Enterprise Scholarship again, which provides one full tuition fee scholarship to an Aston student who wants to come and start a business after they graduate, selected on the basis of their business idea. So it's really exciting. We put our money where our mouth is in terms of scholarships, and we've got great opportunities right throughout, as you've just seen.
Exactly, and I think it will motivate so many creative, those students who want to become entrepreneur. And these videos and those particular steps why Aston University taking, this is really impressive for those students and their parents, because as international students is a huge challenge to become entrepreneur when they are in other country. There is so many legal issues comes and support needed. And as a university, when it welcomes those idea of, it's amazing and it's really good for those students. As an entrepreneur, I know how hard it is when we started any kinds of business, because it needs a huge experience, it needs huge courage, it needs huge financial support, and all those things and challenge as well. So as a student, you guys is providing really great support.
But what I love about Adil's story is that the business is such a positive force. It's using a naturally occurring product to create a product that is sustainable, economically viable, all of that kind of thing. If you want another example of a business like that from an Aston graduate, have a look in India at a taxi company called Blue Smart, and you'll see that it's India's first 100% electric fleet of taxis. So, I love that Aston students are not just starting up businesses in general, they're starting up businesses with a real positive impact on their communities.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for all this information. I'm just moving to Rose again. Joyce, there is some students and their parents, they still having some issues and concern regarding COVID. And could you please address those concerns, like how you guys are taking steps to minimize those concern for them?
Sure. So, we're working very closely with the university in terms of how we are creating as, safer COVID place of study and work as possible. I'm really thankful that the world's opening up. Our vaccination rates are very high in the UK. So those of us who, majority are double vaccinated. It's now making its way through the younger population in schools. So my daughter was vaccinated last week, which I was very pleased about. So the vaccination rates, I think, are what is very much helping. But people are being sensible in the UK as well. So people are still wearing masks. It's a choice. Okay, we have our hand sanitization stations all around. They've remained in place. I think also, now that people are moving around the world, people from other countries that they need to be tested before they travel on arrival, depending on which country and depending on vaccinations. There's a period of time where people do still need to spend time in isolation as well, and actually have a PCR test. So test to release is one of the government initiatives as well. And so when that that all happens, students can then come in to the university. But what we're also saying to students is that, we still need to be careful. We are going to be living with this going forward for some time, and you need to have 2 lateral flow tests per week. Okay, yeah. And that's really important, that students can check and report. And of course, we're saying to students, if you feel unwell, don't come in. Okay, that's the sort of the bottom line. So, I feel that it's a very safe environment. I wear masks in the lift, but when in the corridors, I feel safe enough to not wear them. But that's a personal choice, and that's people can make those choices.
Yeah, I think it will be really good information for those parents. Like, they are really high concern, because like students for foundation, they're only 17, 18, or 19 years old kids. So their concern should be arising.
We've got a good welfare team here as well. So we're checking in on our under 18s. We have our under 18 package, which is on top of what we ask everyone else to do. So we do have a college guardian service, which is an additional support mechanism. We have our under 18 residences. My welfare officer will be checking in on the under 18 students weekly. So we do have good support in place.
Exactly. It's really, really good for those parents, and I believe it will be helpful for all those kids as well, because as soon as they're leaving their home, they miss their home, and they're missing their parents,
Yeah, and I think that's another good thing at Aston here with ONCAMPUS, is that we're encouraging our students, young and more mature, to join the clubs and societies so they can feel a part of the Aston community from day one and not feel that homesickness. I've just lost your voice, Imon.
Can you hear me now, please?
Yeah.
Just move. Thanks for your time, Rose. I'm just moving to Azit Bhai for a few questions come arising. It's regarding like Bangladeshi students who want to apply for next intake. So when is the next intake available for Aston, for foundation, and how long it takes to get offer letter?
Okay, thank you, Imon. And our next intake, main intake, is January 2022. And also we have an intake in November, which is 3.5 term intake. So for November intake is only for single class students. And first 2 months, student will study English only in online. And from January, they will start face-to-face for their main classes. And for offer letter issue, we are committed to issue offer within 48 hours always, but some exception can be happen if there is any compliance issues. So other than, we are issuing offer within 48 hours.
Okay. Good. And we are nearly finished to our today's live session. So before we go to today's live session, I would ask Mr. Austin, would you like to share your last opinion for those students who potentially want to apply for this upcoming intake?
Yeah, for students who want to apply for this upcoming intake, I think the reasons that you choose Aston, it's a practical university. It's a university where you're really going to develop skills, not just knowledge, but transferable skills. And so it really is, it's not your final choice of where to get your education, but it's your first choice and where to start your career. And it is very much career focused like that. And I would encourage anyone that applies and that comes to Aston to engage. Because there's so much here. There's so much in terms of support. I could fill the next hour boring you all with details of every support service we have at Aston, everything that we have here to enhance the student experience. But what's required is that the students come forwards. So if you have a challenge or a problem, put your hand up, let us know. We probably have already solved this problem once before for students. It really could be anything, I promise you. Even down to, if I took you on a walk around our student accommodation, I could show you the special area that we built for guide dogs to be taken to go to the toilet. So we have literally thought of almost everything. Okay, it's all been done before. So you know, just remember that there's like 1,000 or so staff here, every one of us fully behind you to make sure that you achieve your potential. So, you know, I would encourage engagement. I would encourage students to put their hand. I would encourage that they get involved with the Students' Union. You know, of course, we hear students every year that tell us that they've been homesick or something like that. And then when you start to ask them, well, what have you joined? What are you doing in the Students' Union? Nothing. You know, go make friends, connect with other students, yes, from Bangladesh, but other students from around the world, including, you know, even us, the British students. But we're not that bad. We're quite friendly. We'll be more than happy to welcome you and get to know you, especially, and as Ross said earlier, especially if you're going to cook us a lovely Bangladeshi dish. We'll love you forever then, I promise you. So, yeah, those would be my closing comments, I think, for the students.
For your lovely comments for all those students. And I'm moving to Rose now. Rose, would you please say some few lines to all the parents, especially?
Sure.
They are more high concern about their kids for foundation course.
So to the parents, what I would say is hopefully that, you know, by listening to us today, you've built some confidence around what we do and how we do it. I've worked now in international education, supporting young people to progress onto universities for over 20 years. And I love doing this. This is my passion. And I'm going to be doing it until I retire. That's for sure. So, you know, if you do want to send your children to come and study with us, we will support them through, we'll nurture them. We will make sure that they are, you know, working hard, going to be successful. They're integrated into the university life. You know, that they're asking questions, they're becoming inquisitive, they're doing all the things a good student should be doing away from their parents, so that they can be successful and progress on to a university. Okay. I think the children are usually more excited than the parents to go abroad. So you know, don't worry. There are good institutions in the UK that do support students very well. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for your opinion and those guidelines for all the students. I'm just moving to Ajad. Ajad bhai, can you add a bit more about those students who potentially want to apply for this upcoming intake and your, or you know, like your suggestion or advice for them?
So for viewers, those students, they're interested to apply for January intake. This is the good time to apply right now, because we are hoping to start January intake face to face. So students need to apply as soon as possible to process their application, to process their visa as well, and start their courses on time. So I will request viewers to connect with Mr. Imon and Ian Global. They are our official partner to process your application, and hopefully they will guide you through all the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajit bhai, and thank you all of you for valuable time. I would like to summarize this to full live session because of some online issues. Maybe some student joined a little bit late, so they maybe miss some particular part. So, students who really want to apply in Aston University, you can still apply for January intake. You can feel free to contact any of our advisor. Our phone number is provided in all the social media. So you can call any of our counselor. They are happy to help you. And please note that we in Global Education, we are not taking any kinds of service charge from any student. So all those steps will be free of cost. And our expert officers, they are really help to guide you for your visa interview, your all that support. They will support you for your all those documentation preparation and your A to Z, all those questions, and they will advise you how to how you can write your personal statement and how you can make your application to Aston University or on campus Aston. And if you miss this full live session, you still can see those full video in our YouTube channel or all our social media. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time. Have a lovely evening. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.